Hello everyone, good morning. So can anyone confirm audible or not? Can you hear me? Yeah. So the last class where we stopped. The last class we discussed about how to create a variable in JavaScript. At the same time, how to create a functions, right? Okay, see. How to create a variable. Okay, name equals to Sachin. This is a variable. Okay. If I write like this location, if I execute, what is the error message? If I execute, what is the error message? LOC is not defined. LOC is not defined. Okay, how to solve this issue? How to solve? What is the solution? Two solutions. One is like, okay, 3. You can assign LOC equals to Mumbai. Some value like this. Another one is like, you can create a variable without initialization. The next one is like, you can create a variable like this also. To fix this issue, okay, you can use any one of the statement or not. Okay, whenever you execute LOC, if the LOC is not defined, you can get the error LOC is not defined. Okay, you can define the LOC variable with what? Variable name and initial value. This is one way. Next, the var data type and variable name. Var data type and variable name. What is the default value? If you not assign anything, LOC is like undefined. Okay, undefined. It does not gives me any error. At least you defined. Now here, full-fledged variable you defined, data type, variable name, and initial value. Data type, variable name, and initial value. Yes or no? All are okay? Agreed to fix that issue. Okay then. The next one. How to create a function? Function is a keyword. After that, function name. Function representation. Okay, function body. Here you can write whatever the code you want, you can write it. Where sum equals to n1 plus n2, and finally console.log of sum. A function ready. Okay, can anyone tell me what is the difference between fn and fn call? Fn, what is the result? Here, what is the result? Here, what is the result? Fn is nothing but, okay, it's a representation. This particular variable pointing to which information, which data, that data is going to display. Okay, if I define this fn like this, my fn is what? It is a function, right? So that my fn output is this one. My fn output is this one. It is a function. It is a function, okay, with some data like this or not. It's like this. My fn is a function which contains this body or not. What about this one? It is calling a function. Calling a function. Whenever you call a function, the function body will get executed. Whatever the statements are there, those statements will execute, and finally the output is what? Variable created, variable created, variable created. Okay, here the sum is like what? Finally, the sum is like what? 30 is the output or not. Okay, this is called as, okay, the invoke the variable. Invoke the variable. That variable holds a function. That's it. Here is what? Fn is a function. Just I am calling. I'm calling. Okay, see here. Here LOC is there. You are just invoke the variable. LOC contains what? One string value. My LOC is pointing to string. But Fn is a variable. It holds what? It represents one function or not. Agree with me? Come on. The difference between function and function call. Okay, up to here, right? Yesterday we discussed. Okay, I asked you to work with, okay, on website. Okay, take one element reference and perform some operations by writing a functions. Did you try in the console? Did you try or not? Anyone tried? So anyone have any questions so far what we discussed? Can you unmute and talk for 2 minutes? Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? No, no problem. If you have any questions, just unmute and talk. Okay. If not, no problem. Okay, let me mute all. Okay, then. The next thing is, see. First person, second person, third person. Yesterday's requirement is what? These three persons have the same requirement. Okay. Find the sum of two numbers. Find the sum of two numbers. What are those? Okay, N1 value 10, N2 value 20, N2 value 20. Okay, now I want to find the sum of those two numbers. Three persons have the same requirement. Find the sum of two numbers, 10, 20 only, exactly hard-coded numbers. So person one, I asked person one, hey, already functionality defined in one function, you can use that functionality. Okay, how we can use that functionality is refer with this function. Okay, if you want to get the services from the function, you have to call it. How we can call with the name. With the function name, you can call it. So my sum, yes, you can get the output. That is only expect the output by P1, person one. Okay, call sum. Expect output is like 30. Here also call sum. Expect output is like 30. Requirement satisfied. But now my requirement get changed. My person one requires the sum of, okay, 20, 30. My person 2 requires the sum of 100, 88. My person 3 requires sum of 200, 500. Now, each and every person has their own data. Okay, not hard-coded data, has their own data. Now, I want to find the sum of their values or not like hard-coded values. Then how? Then how? Very simple. Here, you have your own values, right? You have your own values, right? Can you give that own values to my sum so that I can do something with that values? You have your own values, right? Can you give that values to my sum so that I can do something? Okay, find the sum of your own values. Can you tell the same thing to my person 3 also? Now see, my sum called, see this, sum called in the past, I called like this. Now I called with some data or not. See the difference between this one and this one. In the past, there is no data to my call, okay, some call. Now I pass some data or not. Whatever the data you pass while calling a function, that data we can say like a parameters. So how many parameters you passed here? 2 parameters. So that 2 parameters data go to my sum function. First one, I want to hold it, right? Okay, somebody gives me something means I want to take it. I want to catch that one. So my sum, first argument, I want to hold with N1. Okay, second argument, I want to hold with N2. Don't hard code these two values. Can you delete this one? Now, can you find the sum N1 plus N2 and can you print it? So my first person pass 20, 30. So my first value is what? 20. My second value is what? 30. 20 plus 30 is like what? 50. So that my output is like 50. Okay, here 188. Okay, here 700 is my output or not? Yes or no? All are agreed? Now the difference between this function and previous function is what? The previous function is not having any parameters. This function having some parameters or not. Okay, function without parameters, function with parameters or not. Got my value? All are agreed? Okay, now answer these questions. Let me execute it first. How you want me to execute? Inspect it. Go to console. Yes. Clear the console. My function ready. Can I call my sum by passing two parameters, 10, C, the helper C. Whatever you pass 10, that go to N1 value as a N1 value. Whatever you pass 20, okay, that go to as a N2 value. So my sum is what? Yes. Sum 100 comma 80. Yes. Sum, okay, 100 comma this. Working or not? Working or not? Okay. Now my question is, all these statements are valid or invalid, or it gives some error. Line number 7, valid or invalid? Valid or invalid? Line number 9, valid or invalid? Line number 10, 11, line number 30. Okay, it is not like Java. Okay, Java is like exactly how many parameters, with how many parameters you define, that many parameters exactly you have to pass it. Exactly you have to pass it. At the time of oops concept, overloading concept we'll discuss, you can get more things there. But in JavaScript, what happened, see, I have a function f1 with two parameters. Let me print the values a and b values. If I call like this, it is 100% valid call in JavaScript. 100% valid call. But you pass the data or not passed? You not passed any data. So if you not passed any data, this is the variable. This is one more variable. What is the default value for the variable in JavaScript? What is the default value for the variable? Default value for the variable in JavaScript, undefined. That's the reason if you not pass anything, the values are like what? Undefined. A is undefined, B is undefined. This undefined is for what? Okay, there is no syntactical error, nothing, it is representing. Got my point? If I pass like this, okay, the first one is valid means 100% it is valid, right? But here, first value A is 10, second value you need not passed, so that first value 10, second value undefined. Agree with me? Yes or no? The next one is like F1 10 comma 20. Yes. F1 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 like this. Yes. I require two values. Okay. If you pass, I will take it. If you not pass, then the time default values I can place it. If you pass extra, what values are required, that one only I will take it. Remaining just I can ignore it. So all these statements are valid statements or all are okay? Yes or no? In JavaScript, all these are like valid statements. Now, can you answer this question? What's my answer? What's my answer? What is my answer? Okay, N1 plus N2. Okay, undefined plus undefined. Okay, undefined plus undefined, it's a not a number. Not a number. Okay, now in the console itself, you can check it. See, undefined plus undefined. What is the output? Not a number. 10 number plus undefined. What is the output? Not a number. Not a number. Okay. String plus undefined. String plus means it's a concatenation. That is the reason Sachin undefined. Anything with undefined, okay, any string with some value, that is like a concatenation. That is working like a concatenation. True plus undefined. Okay, the next one, true plus 10. True value in JavaScript is like 1. 1 plus 10, 11. True plus Sachin. Okay, it is a string, again concatenation or not. True plus false. It is like 1. Okay, false means 0, true means this. Got my point? Undefined plus true. Okay, undefined plus true is like what? Not a number only or not. Null plus true. Null in JavaScript, this is also one value. Null is like 0. Okay, this is like true is like 1. Null plus undefined. Undefined with any, this is like what? Not a number except string. String means concatenation. Null plus null, both are like zeros only. Null plus false, 0. Null plus 10, 10. Null value is like what? 0 it's going to take or not. Got my point? All are agreed? Just practice. You can check by your own in the console. You can check by your own in the console. Okay. All are agreed? Okay then. Now let's come back to this one. So this Gmail is there, right? Can you write a function, okay, to apply the style and font size dynamically? If I give like a red color, font size 50, so my Gmail should be in the red color, font size 50. Like that, dynamically, I want to pass the data to the function. See this, how you pass the data to the function? See, two parameters or not. Dynamically, you pass what you want or not. Same like that. Can you write a function to make the Gmail, to change the Gmail color as well as font size? So how we can write it? Let's start. First thing, if you want to perform any operation on any element, get that element reference. So if you want to get that element reference, get that path. Okay, query selector. Selector, you can get it. Copy the selector. Yes. Okay, check here. If you want to get the element by using selector, okay, remember this line, document.query selector. This line you can remember. Whatever you copied, paste here. Yes. Are you able to get the Gmail element or not? Are you able to get it or not? First thing. Are you able to get it or not? Once you have that Gmail text in your hand, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Yes. But my requirement is what? Write a function. Okay. Function fn change CLR font size. Okay. It's take how many arguments? Take how many arguments based on your requirement? Take how many arguments based on your requirement? 2 arguments. Okay. Color is 1 argument. Size is 1 argument. Font size. Font size is 1 argument. To this element, I want to add it, right? So can I take this element? Okay, perform which operation? Dot style dot color is equals to, don't hard code it. This is my color, that is 1. I want to go to the next line. Shift to enter. For this particular element, again, for this particular element, I want to apply the style. Which style? Font size. Okay, how much? This size you can apply. My function ready. Okay, now my function change color fs. Okay, first one is like color red. Font size is like 50 pixel. Applied or not? Yes or no? Working or not? Like this, you can pass the data to the function dynamically or not. Okay, how we can pass the data to the function? Through parameters you can pass it. So function may have the parameters, okay, may not have the parameters, right? All are okay? Agreed with me? Okay, okay then. The next level discussion. See the same. Okay, 3 persons are there, 3 persons have same numbers 10, 20 to find the sum. Then the time you created a function without parameters. Each and every person has their own numbers. Then that time you created a function with parameters. Now I have another requirement. Okay, what is that requirement? You know, only one person only there. How many persons? Only one person. Okay, he want to find the sum of two numbers. That numbers also one person only, right? No problem. Okay, that guy want, okay, 10 comma 20 sum only. But in this particular sum, there has 5k lines of code is there. Think like that. Total how many lines of code is there? Total how many lines of code is there? Come on. In my sum function, 5,000 lines of code is there. Okay. Okay then. First person, only one person is there. Okay. Second, third person is not there. Only one person is there. First person requires this particular result. So what he has to do? This person requires the result. What he has to do? He has to call the sum. If we call the sum, how many lines of code executed? How many lines of code executed to get the result? 5k. 5k. Okay. This person doing his own functionality. He focuses on own functionality. After that, again he requires, okay, the sum result. So what you have to do? Again you have to call. How many lines of code execute? 5k lines. Like that, this person requires the sum function result 10 times. So how many times you have to call? How many times you have to call? 10 times have to call some method or not. Okay, so how many lines of code execute? 10 into 5k lines. It's like 50k lines of code is going to execute or not? Total. Yes or no? Total lines of code. How many lines of code will execute? 50k lines of code is going to execute or not? Yes. My requirement satisfied and everything is okay. Okay, 10 times required so that I written the code only one time, but here 50 lines of code executed. That is only the problem. Okay, well, you know, to execute one line, it is take some time, right? That means 50k lines of code means it takes some more time or not. Is there any other way is there to write the code effectively to satisfy this requirement? To satisfy this requirement? Very simple. See, here you find the sum of 10, 20 for that 5k lines of code executed. So finally you printed the result, right? This result only I required or not? Final result is this one for that 4,999 line code executed. So this result don't print. Okay, can you give the result back? Can you give the result back to the caller? Can you give the result back to the caller? Yes or no? Can you give this result back to the caller? Who is calling this sum method? Who is calling? Person 1. Whenever the person 1 call this sum, how many lines of code executed? 5k lines of code executed. 5k lines of code executed, but he not printed the sum. He returns the sum or not? He returns the result or not? Whenever he returns the result, okay, can you hold that result one variable like this? Now my result contains what? You know, whatever my sum method returns. What my sum method returns? Number 1, number 2. Okay, is nothing but 10, 20, 30. So can you print that value? Console.log of result now. Now here I needed the result. Then the time you want me to go to the sum again. Already the result is there in the result variable. Which one is recommended one now? Again you want me to call sum. Already the result I hold it with the result variable. Okay, can I use the result? Which one is the recommended one? Okay, result already there in the result variable. Can I use it? Now tell me how many lines of code executed. First time anyway 5k lines of code is going to execute. Next time onwards 10 times I want to print the result. 5k plus 10, it is a matter of like what? 5,010 lines of code is going to execute or not? Where is 50k? Where is 5k? Which one is the recommended one? Any function result, if you want to use multiple places, don't call the function again and again. Okay, just hold that result in one variable. That result wherever we want, how many times you want, you can use it or not. That is possible through return keyword or not. All are okay? Come on. Yes or no? Okay then. Now answer this question. Listen careful, okay? What is the value? What is the value? What is the value? I'm not assigning F1. F1 is assigned, your answer is correct. Val holds F1. I am assigning F1 call, F1 call, F1 call I am assigning. Yes. Now, this F1 is different, F1 call is different. Okay, where val equals to F1 is different, F1 call is different. If it is like F1, F1 function is assigned to val, my val is like F1 function. Yes or no? Say this. F1. What is the answer? F function like this, right? Okay, that means this one only you assign to whom? Val. So my val also pointing like what? F, which function? F1 function or not? But here I assign F1 call to my val, not F1. Okay, that means what? This function while calling, whatever it is returns, that return value I assign to val. My F1 returns anything? Is my F1 returns anything? Is my F1 returns anything in this case? No, right? My function not written anything, still you hold with one variable. What is my value of the variable? No value, nothing. What is the default value for the variable? What is the default value for the variable? Undefined or not? Now see this. Okay, where val equals to F1, what is my val? There is no return value from my F1 call. While calling my F1, it is not having any return statement. Then that time, what is my default value? Undefined is my default value or not? Undefined is my default value or not? Agreed? Yes or no? Okay. Now, slight change I want to do it. Return 10. Okay, now the same statement. What is my val? What is my val? My F1 call returns me what? Returns me what? Some data. That data hold with what? Val, right? So what is my val? Now it is like 10 or not. Where val equals to not F1 call, F1 only. What is my val? It is a function F1 or not. Did you find the difference? F1 and F1 call. F1 call means hold the return value. F1 means hold the F1 only. That's it. Hold the F1 only. Got my point? Yes or no? Okay. Okay then. Now in JavaScript, do we have any type for the variable? Do we have any type for the variable? Am I mentioned anywhere while creating the variable? It is an integer, it is a string, it is a boolean like this. Am I mentioned externally? Am I mentioned like Java anywhere? There is no type for the variables, right? In JavaScript, there is no type for the variable, right? One variable can hold number now. The same variable holds string now. The same variable holds boolean value. The same variable holds array. The same variable holds an object. The same variable holds what? One function also or not? Do we have any type? Am I mentioned? Am I mentioned any type here for this particular variable? In JavaScript, there is no type for the variable. Okay, my variable can hold any kind of data or not. Data types are there, var let constant, but what I said yesterday, var let constants not represents the type of the data what my variable hold. It represents the behavior of the variable. It tells the behavior of the variable. It is not tells the okay data what my variable hold. The data type what my variable hold. It's not tells like that. It tells the behavior of a variable. Okay, what is the behavior? While it is like var data type, it is having let data type, it is having constant. How it is behaving, we'll see later. We'll see later. Okay, in JavaScript, there is no type for the variables. All are agreed with my statement? All are agreed with my statement? One variable can hold any kind of data or not? Yes, no. Okay, okay then. Now answer this question. Function f1 is there. A and B. Listen carefully. One variable is enough for me. My question is very simple thing. Tell me about F1. F1 is which type? Come on fast. F1 is which type? F1 is which type? Come on, function type. Take how many arguments? Take how many arguments? Take how many arguments? Or parameters how many? Two are. Only one, right? Only one parameter. Okay, what is the type of that parameter? What is the type of that parameter? What is the type of that parameter? The type of the parameter is what? Type of the parameter in JavaScript, there is no type. So that can I say any type? Any type. If I pass like, if you not pass anything, what is my value? Undefined. If I pass like 10, works or not? Works or not? If I pass like a string, working or not? If I pass like a Boolean value, working or not? Yes or no? If I pass like a array, working or not? If I pass like an object, working or not? It is take one argument. That argument type can be any or not. Yes or no? It is not gives me any error. It is not gives me any error. Now I'm going to do slight change. Answer. If I write like this, come on, if I write like this, my F1 type is what? Function. Which take how many arguments? One argument. My question, what is the type of the argument? Yes, in JavaScript, there is no type. Agreed. But here, which type data is the recommended one? Tell me as a developer. Which type data is the recommended? Which type data? Come on. See, the data type always, there is no type for the variables in JavaScript. But as a developer, you should have to check based on the usage. Those variable values are like which type. For example, if you see function sum a comma b, okay, if you use like this console.log of a plus b, what do you think about a and b? What you think about a and b? Type not there. But what you think based on the usage of a and b? A, b values are what? 99%. Which kind of values? No type. But which kind of values based on the usage? 99%. Those values are like numbers, right? Yes or no? Come on, based on the usage. Agreed with me? 90% based on the usage, those values are like numbers. But you not mentioned anywhere, but still I can say like numbers. Why? Based on the usage or not, I am using a and b like a plus b. Okay, finding the sum, so that a should be number, b should be number. Like that I can, okay, as a developer I can decide or not, I can confirm or not. Yes or no? Come on, come on, come on. The same way, if I write the code like this, what is the type of my A? What is the type of my A? Based on the usage, tell me. Any programming language you can take in the world. Any programming language you can take in the world. Any programming language. If you see the code like this, what you can understand? What you can understand? Any programming language, this syntax is common. What you can understand? Here, this parenthesis is like a function call. So the function call you are using with one variable means that variable should be what? That variable should be what? If it is a function call, okay. If it is a function call, then the time A should be what? A function, right? Then only we can call it or not. Any programming language, yes or no? In any programming language, if you see that syntax, simply you can say A is which type. Come on, simply you can say A is which type. Come on, A is which type? It is a function type, right? Yes or no? It is a function type. Okay, you can define A like this or not. Yes or no? Come on. Agreed with me? Okay, then. If you see like this, what is the type of my Y? What is the type of my Y? My Y is a function or not? Okay, same code, right? Same code, right? Okay, I am using A like this means my A should be a number, should be a character, should be Boolean value, should be a string or function or array object. My A should be what? If you use my A like this means A should be what? Come on, think here. A should be what? A should be a function or not? A should be a function or not? Can you unmute and talk? Any questions so far? Anyone have any questions so far? Huh?
Sir,
Yeah, very good, sir.
Sir, one request.
Tell me.
Is it possible for you to, whatever you're typing in the console, the functions or whatever you're typing, can we have that in any notepad, sir?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. That's it. Yeah. But we are following it, everything, sir. But only thing is, after class, if you want to open, we are getting the concept, but if you want to practice, then we are missing that. That is the reason I'm just asking.
Yeah. Okay then.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Go on. Any other questions?
Hello. Hi,
Yep.
sir.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a question. Suppose if I will pass F1, suppose 5, in that case, what will happen?
Yeah.
Telling
5 is not a function. Like that, you can get an error. That is only next level discussion.
Okay. So that means f of 5, if I'll pass, then I will get an error.
Yes. Say. So now you decided like what? F1 take one argument. That argument type should be what? Based on the usage, tell me.
Yeah, function.
My type should be what? Come on, come on. You're right. My A type should be what? Come on, anyone?
The function.
Function, right? 100% it is a function or not. A should be a function. Any programming language, if you are using one variable with this parenthesis, that variable type should be a function or not. Now, if I pass 10, my A type is what now? A is what now? What is the A value? Come on. A value is what?
10.
10.
Number.
10. Expecting what? Based on the usage. Expecting what? Based on the usage. Function. Is my 10 is a function? Is my 10 is a function? No, right? My 10 is not a function, right? See this? My A is 10 now. 10 is not a function or not? Error message, you can get it. Come on. Now, answer this. Answer this.
It's a string.
Second. A is a string.
Yeah.
A is a string. You are expecting what here?
Function. Function.
Function. Is my
Function.
string is a function?
No.
Is my string is a function?
No.
Same error, right? F1 of true. Come on. Analyze. A is what? Boolean. Expecting what? Function. Is my Boolean is a function?
No.
Now my A is what? Array. Expecting what? Function. Is my array is a function?
No.
No.
My A is what? Object. Just say object. Object. That's it. Okay. Remember. Okay. We'll discuss deep discussion as there for JSON. Okay. For now, it's an object. A is what? Object. But looking for what?
Function.
Function. Is my object is a function?
No.
Other than function, anything you pass, the same error you can get it, right? Other than function, anything you pass, you can get the same error or not. But my question is, I don't want to get error. I want some output, proper output. Then you should have to pass which argument or which parameter you should have to pass. Which parameter you should have to pass to my F1? To my F1, which parameter you want me to pass? Number, string, boolean, object, array, or function?
Function.
Function.
Function, you have to pass it or not. If you want to pass a function, first of all, function in my hand, right? So can I create one more function? Any problem to you? I can create any number of functions. Can I create one more function? Any problem? You know the syntax, right? You can create any number of functions or not. Yes or no? In the function body, whatever the statement you want to write, you can write it. No problem at all. Yes. Okay, listen carefully. Now, my F1. What is the output? Come on. What is the output? If you call like this, what is the output? What is the A value?
Undefined only.
What
Still
is
undefined only.
undefined. Is
No.
my undefined is a function? No, right? So what is the error? A is not a function. So if I pass like this, tell me, what is my A value? What is my A value? Come on.
F2.
F2. F2 is which type?
Function.
Function type. So my A also expecting what?
Function.
Function only. So my A, can I replace with F2? So my F2 calling is a valid statement or not? My F2 is a function. We can call it or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now can I write here? This is my F1. Okay. This is my F2 function. F2 function. Okay. Now, if I call like this, F1 of 10, what is my A value? What is my A value? 10. 10 can I call?
No.
Number can I call? No. So that you know what is the output. Is not a function. If I write like this, what is my A value?
Sachin.
A value is like what?
Not a
Sachin.
function.
Okay, can I use Sachin as a call? Okay, is my Sachin is a function?
No.
No, right? It is like what? A string or not? It is a string or not? It is a string. Can I use string as a function? It is a number. Can I use number as a function? No, right? Okay, 10 I am not able to call, as well as my Sachin also I am not able to call or not. Now, if I pass like this, if I pass like this, what is my A value? Come on, what is my A value?
F2.
F2, perfect. Okay, now A call is nothing but what? F2 call, possible or not possible? Tell me.
Possible. It's possible.
Possible or not? So,
Possible.
whenever you call F2, my F2 body will execute. So finally my output is not an error. My output is what?
F2.
My output is like F2 or not. Yes or no? On.
Yes.
Okay, so my question, how many functions are there here in this? How many functions are there in this code snippet?
Two functions are there.
Two
One is
functions.
F1 function, another one is
Yeah,
F2.
perfect. Which function you pass as a parameter or as an argument to another function? Which function you pass as a parameter?
F2.
F2, perfect. Which function you pass as a parameter or argument to the another function? That function now onwards, we can say like a callback function. Okay, which function you pass as a argument to another function? That function we can say like what? That function we can say like what?
Callback
Function. So which function take one function as an argument? Which function take? Which function taken the function as an argument?
F1 function.
F1 function or not? Which function takes the function as an argument? That functions we can say like a higher order functions. So here, which one is a callback? Which one is a higher order? My F2 is a callback. Why? Because you pass a argument to another function. Okay, so F2 is a callback. Okay, which function take function as an argument? Which function take function as an argument? F1 take one function as an argument. So my F1 is what? Higher order function or not? Got my point? Yes or no? Agreed, everyone?
Yes.
Color okay?
Yes.
So can you answer this question?
Yes.
My output should be 30. Okay, whatever the code you can write, not an issue for me. Okay, my output should be 30. Can you fill the, can you write the code snippet here? My output should be 30 while calling my F1. While calling my F1, my output should be 30. Can you write the code snippet here to get the output 30? Okay, first talk about the function. Okay, F1. F1 is which type? Come on, one by one. F1 is which type? Function type. Take how many arguments?
Three arguments.
Three arguments. Based on the usage, tell me one by one types. A is what?
Number.
Number. Okay, 10 or 20 is secondary. Number. B is what?
Function.
Based on the usage, it's a function. Perfect. C is what?
Number.
C is a number. 90%. Okay, 90%. There is no types. Exactly, we are not able to tell. But based on my output, you can say like what? These all values should be numbers or not. Gives me finally. Yes or no? So while calling my F1, I should have to pass three arguments. Okay, you can pass it. Okay, you know now. Okay, first one number, second one function, third one number. Okay, perfect. Write it. Come on. First, if I write like this, what is my output?
B is not a function.
No.
Perfect,
This output will be 40, I think.
No. Okay, here 10. Okay, here it gives me what? An error, right? What is that error? Can I use number as a function?
No.
B is like 20, right? 20 is a number. Can I use number as a function? No, right?
No.
So it gives me error like what? B is not a function or not? Without error, if you want to execute this particular one, my second argument should be what?
Function.
So that, can I use the function? Now, first of all, can I create the function? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay then. Now come on here. F1. A value, your wish. 5. B value.
F2.
F2. C value.
25.
25 you said. Output tell me. Output tell me.
Will be 30.
Now, come on.
F2 should return something.
See here. Now output, it's not gives me any error. Agreed. Okay, A value 5, B value F2. You are calling F2. You are calling F2 means, okay, is it gives me any return value in this code snippet? Is my F2 returns anything? No, right? What is the default return value for my B call?
Undefined.
Undefined. So 5 plus undefined is what?
None.
Not a
None.
number. Not a number plus something, not a number only or not. That's the reason it is not gives me any error. But to get this output, you have to do slight change in my F2 function or not. While calling my F2, you are calling B means you are calling F2. While calling my F2, you should have to give some value back or not. How one function gives some value back? By using return. Okay, here you can put anything. Based on that one, you can adjust the values. So 5, okay, F2 returns me what? 10. Okay, now here, can I use 15? Now finally my output is what?
30.
Or not? Got my point? Okay, in JavaScript, there is no type, but as a developer, you should have to check, right? Based on the uses, which value you should have to pass, you are the person to decide or not. Okay, if you not pass the proper value, okay, the exceptions raised. Got my point? Okay, here my F2 is what? You pass F2 as an argument to another function or not. So my F2 is like what?
F2 is a function.
Is like a callback or not?
Yes.
Okay, which function take one more function as an argument?
Higher order.
Okay, F1. F1 is a higher order or not? Okay, when it is becomes like undefined means if the value is not there for the variable, then it is like undefined. You are calling B, but the return value is not there. So that what is the default return value? Undefined. Okay. Okay, then remaining things we'll see in the class. Okay, just practice
Okay,
all
sir.
this stuff in the console. Just practice all this stuff. Okay, whatever so far we discussed, practice. Okay, tomorrow onwards, whatever just I written in the console, I'm going to paste in one text file or I'll share that file. Okay.
So how many days when we will start React?
Day after tomorrow.
Basic installation.
Yeah. First program, hello world.
Okay. Sir.
Okay, these all things are required. These all things are required for React. Okay, not only for React, if you go for interview also, okay, this all stuff is required. Okay, as I said, our goal is like, okay, you should have to learn JavaScript and React parallelly. Okay, if any interview can go, okay, UI related. First, they are going to ask the questions on JavaScript only. That's the reason. Okay. Okay. Okay, then. Obvious people, you can drop. Remind people. Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? Who want to put some experience? You people should have to practice more. Okay, take the videos, practice. Within 3 months, you can easily get the job. I'm sure that. But daily basis, you have to practice. Daily basis, you have to practice. You have to put some effort. Okay, don't put like 8 hours, 9 hours, not like that. After the class, 1 hour you can spend. After the class, immediately. After the class, within 1 hour, just you can practice. Then the time, you will not forget the things.
Sir, any consultancy, like which provide
Yeah, there are so many consultancies are there. Okay, I'll check. Okay, end of the class, just you can drop a mail. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay, recession and everything, just keep it aside. Okay, calls are there. Calls are there. Yes, recession is there, but calls also there. Okay, if you have really stuff, okay, you can easily select for React, especially. I'm telling you, there are so many calls out there for React. Don't think more about the recession and everything. Okay, ready with the subject. At any time you can select. At any time, you should have to prepare well. You should be ready to face the interview. Got my point?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So any questions, anyone? Okay, see, interview questions, question to answer, don't prepare at any time. Question to answer, don't prepare. Okay, prepare the concept wise. Concept wise, you can prepare. Why? Because if you know the concept, if they ask any question in that particular concept, at least related answers you can tell. Question to answer means if they ask that question, then only you can answer it. That the reason, focus on the concept. Focus on the concept. Got my point? Okay, each and every topic you can consider like one interview question. Okay, each and every topic you can consider like one interview question here. How many topics are there? Each and every topic just treat it like one interview question. Okay, focus on the concept. Any other questions, anyone? Did you complete HTML and CSS? So for what we covered? HTML and CSS also required. Why? Because in the React also we are going to write HTML, CSS only, really. With some JavaScript knowledge. React is like, okay, it is going to render the content very fast on top of, okay, it's a kind of wrapper on top of my JS. Okay, the code and everything we are going to write in the JavaScript only. In the JavaScript only. Why? Because that's the reason JavaScript is important. Okay, if you not complete HTML and CSS, so for what concepts we discussed, already videos shared, complete those, and then move to JavaScript variables and the functions. Practice in your console. Okay, practice with, play with some other websites. Okay. Okay, then if you don't have any questions, you can drop. If you have any questions,
Hi, sir.
yeah, go ahead.
Sir, which is the fast load, sir? Which is JavaScript or jQuery, sir?
You can see this JavaScript and jQuery is faster. Why? Because in JavaScript, for example, 50 lines of code is required for my requirement. By using jQuery, we can do it by using 30 lines of code is enough. So jQuery is on top of library on my JavaScript. It's on top of library on JS. Okay, that's the reason jQuery requires how many lines of code? 30 lines. Okay, 50 lines take more time or 30 lines? 30 lines, right? So 30 lines less time, right? 50 lines more time, right? Yes or no?
Okay.
Okay, but nowadays people are not using jQuery. Okay, so React is a library. It is also built on top of JavaScript. Okay, comparing with other libraries is like more faster.
Okay.
Okay, any questions, anyone? No? Okay then. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.